Oh, hi, morning everybody. It's Pete Turner here from Turnaround Property, and this is my weekly update of what's happened this week. So, I wanted to talk this week a little bit about the ups and downs of property investment. So, I think a lot of the time in the socials environment, you get a very rosy picture of what happens in property, and you only see really the good things that happen. And in practicality, it's not actually like that. Um, so, so this week, well, for the last 12 weeks, I've been trying to complete on a property in Barnsley on Commercial Street, and the process has been really difficult to get this house over the line. And the main reason for that is well, there are a few reasons actually. The first reason is that it's very difficult to get a survey done in a timely fashion at the moment. So I got asked by Steve Bench to provide extra survey details for the lender, which is a lender called Aldermore, and what they were looking for was a level 3 RCIS survey to look at structural issues in the house and to look at a big tree in the back garden of the neighbour's house. So I had to spend another 400 quid to pay for a surveyor to go round and have a look at the house. So I managed to arrange this. The surveyors are all saying that there's a 2-week lead time to go and see any houses at the moment, so it took a fortnight for that surveyor to go round, which was about the 12th of April, and we waited for that survey for another 5 weeks. Now we're supposed to deliver the survey within 10 days of the survey date, but it didn't turn up for ages. And on this particular house, the vendor is really impatient. They're abroad. They don't really know the UK property market at the moment, or the impact that COVID's had, and they're quite an impatient vendor, and they're continually talking about backing out of the deal and putting it on the rental market. So there's quite a bit of pressure to get the survey report back and get that to the lender. Okay, so finally, at the beginning of May, from April the 12th, I think it took about 4 weeks, it's probably got the survey back in the second week of May, and that went back to Aldermore, and that survey has been sat with Aldermore since that date without any decision so far. So due to COVID and due to the high rate of mortgages at the moment and the demand in the housing market, the survey took 6 weeks to process, and we're in the middle of waiting for Aldermore to process that. Now, the other thing is that this particular surveyor put that there was moderate subsistence on this house. Now, just to put that into context, whenever I go around a property and I see cracks, if you can put your hand in, then you know that you've got a subsistence issue. These particular cracks on Commercial Street are plaster cracks, so they're like tiny 1mm cracks in the extension that was built about 15 years ago, where they replastered and then it settled by about a millimetre or something and it cracked the plasterboard. And then on the exterior of the property at the back of the house, there's been some fresh rendering around brickwork and different things where they've had damp issues and all that sort of thing, but it's historic stuff, you know. You can tell from the brickwork that it's been like that for 10 years without any further subsistence or anything. But the surveyor put that there was moderate subsistence. Now, to any lender, they're going to think, well, that house has got moderate subsistence, so that's a problem. But when I've gone round with my builders and plasterers and all that, they're saying there's no live subsistence on this house at all. It's all historic. But the surveyor didn't put that it was historic, he put that there's moderate subsistence. So when it's gone back to the lender, the valuer's, cautious, because he's seeing that it's got this subsistence problem that they see. and there's a question over whether they should lend on the house at the moment. So that's causing, you know, us to be concerned that this deal's going to fall through. And whenever a deal falls through, you lose a bit of money. So if the deal falls through, I'll lose my 400 quid survey fee. There might be other fees that I'll lose as well. And with this particular house, the neighbour's house had a refurb, and obviously that one had sold a couple of months earlier for 90,000. We're buying this one at 70. Now, if there was a moderate subsistence issue that was live on the house, next door's house would have had a problem with it. You know, they're joined together. This is a block of terraced houses, so if one's having a problem, they're all having a problem, aren't they? So what happened was I'm not sure whether this house is going to go through at the moment, which is a real pain because I've been waiting for so long. And obviously you can't just offer on multiple houses and see which one's going to complete and then go for it. But it's kind of, your life's a little bit on hold until these things are sorted out. So in essence, I was thinking and praying about it this week, and do you know what? I just felt God saying, write them a letter, just to explain a bit of background about you, that you've seen the house, that you've seen next door sold, what your experience is, what your current projects are. So now I'm not sure whether my little email to the underwriter is going to help or not. It might still fall through, we just don't know. But I want to try and save me money. So for Commercial Street, it's been a pain in the backside, that house so far. And to be honest, we had the same issue with a lender at Doncaster Road before that one went through, and obviously that one's been a brilliant project. We bought it 66. We're going to revalue about 110, 120 and pull 30 odd grand out of that house, and that's in a, you know, it's 2 roads up from Commercial Street. All of those terraces, they suffer the same things. They've got a little bit of rising damp, they have, you know, a little bit of movement, but they're all joined together. You know, they're all on the same land, they're all just, you know, the same. And the one next door to Commercial Street sold at 90. We're going to buy this one at 70, and I think when we do it up, it'll be worth 100, and then we'll revalue with the same older more. The survey will be completely different. It won't raise any issues. We'll have sorted out all the plaster work and all of the rendering on the house, and everything will be absolutely fine for the reval. So that's Commercial Street. So things don't always go the way you plan with property, so it's all good fun. On the positive side, the house at Doncaster Road now has 4 tenants, so that's fully let, and its gross rent is about 13.50, and the costs mean that the cash flow is around about £800 a month, which is really great. You know, that's going to be a fantastic cash flow for me on the passive side. And I've decided to look for another one. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. We're going to look for another one that's in a non-Article 4 area that we can convert as well and move that into another HMO, because I want to build my passive income. So currently passive income's 2 grand. I want to try and build that passive income to 3 grand, and then once I've paid off the 2 loans that I took out to start my property journey, then I can retire then. So that loan started in 2019 for 50 grand. It's down to about 35 grand now, so paid 15 grand off, and then we're hoping to have paid that full amount down within another 12 months. So probably looking to retire, I guess within 12 to 18 months, depending on what happens with my next investment. So if Commercial Street comes off, that one will make a profit of about 20 grand. It'll make a passive income of between 300 and 400, depending on what rent we're making on it. And then so far I've got 2 flats, they're 300. Rosegarth, which is another 350, that's 650. Then I've got my Nottingham serviced accommodation. That's about another 500, that's 1150, and then another 800 for Doncaster Road, so currently about 2. If we do the next 2 houses and they both cash flow another 300 to 400 each, that'll take me up to about 2,600 passive income, which is probably around what I'm earning at the moment. So in essence, I'm hoping Commercial Street will go through. If it does go through, that should be in the next few weeks. Then me, Josh, Lauren, hopefully Tinashe and Connor will crack on with the strip out, get that replastered, and then we'll do the decorating and put that back on the rental market and revalue it. So yeah, so there you go. We've also got some of my pension now that I can invest. But I want to clear the decks. I'm going to refinance Doncaster Road. That'll bring us another 30 grand in. We're going to flip, buy, refurbish, refinance, rent on Commercial Street. That should bring us some more profit back in and more passive income. So that's where we are at the moment. Just waiting to hear from Commercial Street. Really pleased with GA and Samantha there letting the whole house in 2 weeks. So thank you for that. And there's also another video that documents my whole process of Doncaster Road from start to finish, from offer, well, pre-offer really, how I made the money to invest in it, what the return on investment is, and how much that's renting for in detail. So you can have a look at that video as well. So yeah, so please like, subscribe and comment. It's probably time you turn around your property future. If you need anything from me, then please reach out, but please smash the like button, and I'll see you next week. Alright, bye for now, take care.